Okay, what's going on, everybody? Long time no see. It's been, almost a week since I posted a video last. I'm sorry, that's completely my bad. I'm sure you can tell by my voice and the way I look right now, I'm a little bit sick. I don't know, I've been feeling a little off lately. It's really weird, but still, that's no excuse. I'm sorry for leaving you guys high and dry with no content. Anyways, we are back, and today, I got a fun one for you guys. I'm going to be looking through every single arc of the Blue Lock manga and choosing the strongest player in each respective arc. For this video, I am just limiting it to U20s, by the way. Just U20s. Anyways, you guys get the idea. I think it's about time we get straight into this, but before we do, we are on the road to 20K right now. I think we are at 10.9, about to hit 11,000 subscribers, which is... it's unreal, guys. Thank you so much for your continued support on the channel. The growth's been astronomical, and I don't know how I can thank you guys enough. With that said, grab your snacks, fill your cups, and tell your mothers and or sisters I'm sorry. I haven't been feeling that good. That's why I didn't respond to any of their texts. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Boy, I just woke up 3 hours later. Here we go. Anyways, let's just jump straight into the introduction. Not gonna waste much time here, but in the introduction, we only get to see the game attack between the members who eventually go on to form Team Z. And amongst the group, the strongest player implied by both rank as well as stated by Isagi Bachura and even Ego himself has to be Ryosuke Kira. Narratively, I mean, this makes complete sense. He was the one who defeated Isagi in the very first match we saw in the entire series, setting him on this path to becoming the world's greatest egoist in the first place. Nicknamed the Jewel of Japan and said to have been invited to the Japanese national team already, it's safe to say that even though he was eliminated first, Ryosuke Kira was undoubtedly the strongest player that we knew of in the introduction arc of Blue Lock. Okay, for this one, I debated putting Baro, but if you read the Nagi spinoff and saw him absolutely obliterate Nico and Team Y, you would know that this isn't that much of a debate. Maybe I'm a little biased. I mean, I always have a little bit of Nagi bias in my videos, but let's be honest. First selection Nagi is a different type beast entirely, dude. Whether you're reading the Nagi spinoff or the manga itself, there didn't seem to be anybody near Nagi's level at this time. Add to it that this was him at his laziest, showing that his potential is genuinely that high compared to everybody else, and it's hard to debate anyone actually being better than Nagi in the first selection. I mean, like I said though, you can make a debate for Baro because he did score a lot, but he didn't really do much for his team, whereas Nagi was able to work in tandem with Ryo as well as Zantetsu half the time. So I feel like that kind of gives him the edge over Baro in this instance. Okay, this literally needs no explanation whatsoever. From the second he's introduced to even the current point in the manga right now, Atoshi Rin has been the most dominant player to come from Blue Lock, period. Whether it be the 3v3 or the 4v4, Rin's ability was unmatched by literally anybody other than debatably getting outplayed by Isagi in the 4v4's closing stages, but like I said, that's debatable and he still ended up winning. An unmatched scoring ability paired with the next level playmaking and his inhuman game sense allowed Rin to manipulate everybody on the field throughout the entirety of the second selection, looking like an absolute god on the field compared to basically anybody else he went up against. And it's not like they're scrubs, we're talking people on the level of Nagi and Baro here. Like Rin was just like that. Add in his stats because he scored a stupid amount of goals across literally just 2 games, and that seriously makes it no debate for me. Rin's the strongest in the second selection, and it's not even close. Not much to go off in this game, but based off speculation, narrative reasoning, and the little bit of play that we've actually get to see, I'm giving this to Mbappe. Julian Loki, aka the God Sprinter, aka Franklin the Turtle, aka Monk 2.0. Oh dear, this boy's cold. The 17-year-old prodigy out of France is an undeniable world-class superstar. He's only 17, making him the same age as most of the Blue Lockers we know and love, yet unlike those bums, he's actually a professional player implied to be above even new Gen 11 players such as Sai and Kaiser due to him being selected as a master striker for PXG in the Neo-Egoist League. This is a short little arc, and then other than the other 4 members of the World 5, there's not a single person you can say was better than Loki on that field, and that's just a fact. Oh wow, who could have seen this coming? I debated being controversial and putting Shido here just so I could have no repeat picks, but I simply couldn't do something so ludicrous. No need to repeat myself on his ability, but let's simply take a look at the numbers. Ranked number 1 going into the selection and leading in goal score with an average of 2.5 a game, Reen runs away with this in my eyes. Like I said, his only competition was Shido, who, keep in mind, was on the same team as Reen and only averaged 2 goals per game. Sure, it can be argued that if he was on a separate team from Reen, it would have allowed him to score a lot more than him, but this still wouldn't imply that he's better than Reen at this point, or any point in the manga for that matter. So I feel comfortable saying that Reen is still the strongest in the 3rd selection, but just for you Cheeto jerkers, I was considering putting him there, so you're welcome. From one brother to another. It's an undeniable fact that Atoshi Sai was the strongest player on the field during the Japan U20 game. Arguably the best overall U20 performance we've seen thus far, Atoshi Sai's ability is no secret to anybody. We're talking about a Modric level center mid here. S-level dribbling and playmaking paired with his unmatched kicking accuracy and even a game IQ implied to be on the level of Metavision, not to mention an impressive scoring ability due to him being a former striker, and you have yourself a true prodigy of the sport. Throughout the match, there's only 2 players that you could argue had a performance better than Sai's, and even still it's not a great argument. Those being his brother Reen and his boyfriend Cheeto. And while the 2 of them both put out impressive performances, honestly 2 of the best striker performances we've seen in the manga thus far, both were technically a byproduct of Sai just being on the pitch. You could debate, and trust me, many have, that Sai carried Cheeto's performance, and on top of that he managed to neutralize his little brother anytime they matched up, leading to Rin's awakening, which was barely enough for him to just match Sai's ability. Give whatever other reason you'd like, but your conclusion is going to be invalid if you say that anybody else is better than Sai within the Japan U20 match, and that's just a fact. I'm not going to stand for anything else. And finally, that leads us to the current point in the manga, the Neo-Egoist League, where we were introduced to Isagi's next world-class adversary, Michael Kaiser. Member of the New Gen 11 team and one of the best youth strikers in the world, Kaiser's reputation speaks for itself. If it weren't for Noel Noah being the literal GOAT of the verse, Kaiser would be not only the focal point of Bayern Munich, but would most likely be Germany's master striker in the Neo-Egoist League. Possessing one of the taller frames in the series, as well as the fastest shot swing in the world, aka Kaiser Impact, and our gateway into the higher plane of existence known as Metavision, it's a tough ask to try and name a player who's better than Kaiser, especially that's currently in the Neo-Egoist League. There have been some impressive showings in the 2 games we've seen thus far, the evolutions of Nagi, Ryo, Bachira, and even Isagi coming to mind immediately, as well as impressive off-screen feats from the likes of Rin and Baro, but I mean, that's not too much to go off of. I have no doubt that this is going to change by the end of the Neo-Egoist League, as Isagi seems to be on the heels of surpassing Kaiser already, as well as other members of Blue Lock evolving at an absolutely stupid rate. But as for now, Kaiser's going to stay on top as the strongest player in the Neo-Egoist League. Okay, that's gonna do it, everybody. Thank you so much to every single one of you who tuned in. I really do appreciate it, as always. I'm sorry for looking like literal death right now. I was honestly contemplating not using my face cam, but it's fine. You guys are gonna see me in sickness and in health. Like, we're married. It's so adorable. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel with post notifications turned on so you never miss another banger from myself again. I'm actually working on 2 longer form videos right now, so that's why I've kind of just been writing those scripts, and honestly, they're coming out pretty decent, so stay tuned for some upcoming projects. They're going to be pretty good. Comment down below who you think is going to be the strongest player at the end of the Neo-Egoist League, and that's all I got for you today. Love you guys. Take it easy.